Monitoring spirits are believed to be supernatural entities assigned to observe, track, and gather information about individuals, families, or communities. In many spiritual belief systems, these spirits function as spies in the spiritual realm, operating under the direction of malevolent forces or witches. They are said to monitor people's actions, relationships, progress, and even thoughts, with the intention of using the gathered information to hinder blessings, create obstacles, or launch spiritual attacks. The concept of monitoring spirits is especially prominent in spiritual warfare teachings found in Pentecostal and charismatic Christianity. Many believers understand these spirits as agents of Satan, sent to ensure that a person's life remains stagnant, troubled, or filled with repeated failure. According to this belief, monitoring spirits can report back to demonic forces, allowing targeted attacks on areas like finances, relationships, health, and career. Monitoring spirits are often associated with familiar spirits, which are spirits that have followed a family line for generations. They know personal details about individuals because they have monitored the family history over time. These spirits are thought to exploit ancestral weaknesses, generational curses, and spiritual covenants to keep families bound to cycles of poverty, addiction, or disease. Different cultures have varying interpretations of monitoring spirits. In some African traditional religions, these spirits might also be seen as ancestral spirits or malevolent forces sent through witchcraft. In these contexts, they could take the form of animals such as birds, cats, or insects, believed to be used by witches to spy on or torment individuals. Signs that monitoring spirits are at work can include persistent bad luck, strange dreams involving being watched or chased, a constant feeling of being followed, or repeated failure right before breakthroughs. Some spiritual leaders teach that sudden, inexplicable illness or the inability to maintain success despite hard work can also be attributed to the influence of monitoring spirits. Spiritual protection against monitoring spirits often involves prayer, fasting, and invoking divine protection. Many believers turn to scriptures such as Psalm 91 or Isaiah 54:17 to declare spiritual authority over these forces. Other methods include anointing homes, destroying cursed objects, and cutting spiritual ties through deliverance prayers. Whether or not one believes in monitoring spirits depends on spiritual worldview. Some view them as symbolic of psychological struggles like paranoia or guilt, while others see them as very real spiritual forces that must be battled through faith and spiritual discipline. Either way, the belief in monitoring spirits highlights a universal concern about unseen forces influencing human lives, showing the deep connection between spirituality, culture, and the quest for personal freedom and success. To avoid and overcome monitoring spirits, it is essential to maintain a strong spiritual foundation through consistent prayer, fasting, and living a life aligned with divine principles. Spiritual awareness is key. Recognizing signs of spiritual surveillance, such as recurring bad dreams, constant setbacks, or unusual feelings of being watched, allows individuals to respond quickly. Declaring spiritual authority using scriptures like Psalm 91, Isaiah 54:17, and Ephesians 6:12 helps to block spiritual intrusion and reinforce divine protection. Additionally, removing spiritual gateways, such as cursed objects, unhealthy soul ties, or involvement in occult practices, helps to close doors that monitoring spirits could exploit. Surrounding oneself with a community of faith, seeking deliverance prayers from trusted spiritual leaders, and consistently inviting the presence of God into one's life can build a spiritual shield. Ultimately, living with spiritual discernment, avoiding fear, and trusting in divine power ensures that no monitoring spirit can successfully hinder one's destiny.